Hey folks, come on over. It's Fill 'em Up Thursday. Check it out right here on my shop on Home and Garden. Yes, guys, that's right. My Take on Home and Garden has a My Take on a Vintage Shop. If you're not familiar with it, we come on at 08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday for you, mostly with things that are going in our shop, and that's when they're open for sale right then. Otherwise, they stay in the shop until they move. So check it out. Here's what's going in today. Anybody remember the little candy containers from the 20s and 30s? That's 1920s and 30s, not 2020s and 30s. We're not there at the 30s yet. Here is the cutest bulldog and collar from then. Somebody got real brilliant with their glass collectibles back then. A couple makers made them. And if you're really interested in these, we have a bunch in a show that we did a few years back. I know a lot of you saw it. You regular folks, here's a Scotty dog as well. To get the kids to collect a toy, they filled these with candy and then they stuck like a sticker and a cardboard over the bottom and hold that candy in. You know, I have a collection of them and I love them, and this is just a couple of doubles and extras that I don't need in the collection. I want some different pieces. So check them out. They're really super cute. How about some of you have seen this beautiful collector nut dish, two-sided, beautiful, from Lefton of Japan. Fine porcelain. Let's see if we can see that here. I'm sure we'll see it. Yes, sir. Right through the porcelain. Then, on a few different trips to Toronto, I love that town. This is made in Canada from like a soapstone, a local stone there in the region, and it's quite wonderful. We'll have a full description, and it's incorporated, handmade in Canada, and it is quite good. It is a jumping bass or trout, probably a trout. Really cute there. Now I want to tell you, those fans that are out there going, why are they getting rid of some of their stuff? We just dropped a big chunk on new Christmas coming for you this year. It's probably more than most people would spend in 3 years. So that's what we do. We cycle and turn things, and most things you'll see we don't cycle and turn because they're in our regular collections and they're just not going anywhere. In fact, we came to a screeching halt to put this one together, and I realized I have to get to an estate sale. There's some every week, but there's good sales and there's not good. It takes some effort to get those goodies in that you'll want and that we can turn over and flip in our store. Today, you will not be disappointed. You remember I did a couple different tables, and one was with this beautiful parrot that's got a plum. I think he's got a plum he found in the trees. He's fantastic. I call him Paulie. He's a guy, not Polly. He is beautiful, fine porcelain made in Brazil. Okay, we don't have just any day stuff going in our store. These are all exotic and different. Okay, if we can help it. Paulie is going in the store, and everything is going to be reasonable, as so many of you already know. How about this fabulous mixed porcelain ceramic Buddha in a wonderful sage green, olive green, whatever your preference, what you want to call it. It is quite good. We've used that here in the show probably for 4 or 5 years now. Going in the store. And I want to express something else. With some help from some friends, we noticed our bigger things were not moving. So we looked at our shipping, and why it was shunting to priority is because typically our smaller stuff is in a priority box. Well, we've got that figured out. So our big stuff is shipping ground. It's just as fast, and it has the same insurance. So don't worry about that. You'll see a big reduction in prices. If you came in and looked for something, found it, but got turned off by the shipping, in a bigger item, take another look, and you might be surprised. Some of the stuff I've noticed the shipping was cut down to 1/3. So, oh my Lord, we were having a fit. Now we have several camels. This camel is in a lusterware finish, and he is gorgeous. He doesn't fit in with any sets of nativity that we have. I always use them as a single piece. And you put him around a couple of trees and he is gorgeous. So this is going in the store because I want to get something different. Really good. You know, we love our swans, and we have quite a bunch, quite a good bunch. This lemon yellow swan in porcelain, going in the store. This was made to be a rolled up facial towel holder. Okay, and I'm going to show you the difference. This one is a little different yellow, kind of a canary yellow. This was made to be a soap dish. So that's how they'll be described in the store as well for you. I don't think we're going to see through. They're quite dense and double layered, but get them on the turntable for you anyway. This next piece is brand new. The only reason it's not in its package is that it got thrown out. This is the sweetest little tea towel, brand new, from Holland, and it was washed. Okay, look at that, going in the store. Cute as can be. So if you love Holland or you're from Holland, you might want to take a look at that. Next, some of you might remember these, and we've loved them for years. And they were from Target years ago. They're on a real piece of wood. And Angela thought maybe we should sell them as a single. I just don't think so. I loved them as a set. We've had them for years. I want to say at least 23 or 24 years we've had these. Georgia peaches. Okay. We'll keep it moving. There's your tea towel. Pride of Venice Cove. Tomatoes. You see the shape, full description. real good shape. It's very difficult to get rid of things sometimes, but you know, most of our house, we are squeezed down to the laundry with farmhouse looking things pretty much, except for our picture collection that's above the kitchen cabinets. We're just not farmhouse, you know it, and these are going in the store. They're gonna fly out. I'll guarantee these are gone in an hour, and they're gonna be reasonable. So let's see what else we got. You nostalgic folks, I'm gonna move some of this down so I can get a hold of it. Take a second. Angela always leaves the camera left, like I'm running the cameras, but she doesn't edit this out for some reason. I don't know. She surprises me sometimes, the girl. She says, don't talk off camera, and then she'll let that part run where I'm moving stuff down. How about you ladies and girls out there, Raggedy Ann and Andy. These are all washed for you for somebody that loves Raggedy Ann and Andy. Maybe it reminds me, maybe it reminds you of your mom, your grandma, or your collection when you were little. Did they sit up? I was going to put them back to back on there. Yeah, maybe, huh? Now you can get a good look. Oh, her feet are dragging, so we'll give her a turn. There you go. Andy, you get the soap dish. At least you'll be clean. What else we got? I actually worked, when I got out of high school, I worked for Gerber Products Company. And the year I was there, you can just about pin it down, we had our first son. Our second child, first son. He was brought to us by Gerber Products Company Insurance that I had when I worked there. So that's amazing. All the kids got a doll, and I think I got my mother one too. This is, I think, hers, possibly. Now, the clothes were interchangeable and they got washed, and somehow, as a lot of them, this doll doesn't have its clothes, but they're still quite sought after. A lot of you doll collectors, I know, my aunt was an absolute wizard and made dolls and their clothes, and I mean amazing, big, beautiful dressed dolls. This doll, all cleaned up for you in detail. If you remember the Gerber baby doll, the eyes move as you pick it up, and she's quite sweet. We'll get her on there. I think you can see her. And if you're a doll collector, you're an avid collector, I know. She is a sweet pea. You can put whatever, that's a standard size, you can put whatever clothes you want on. You can make the clothes. Gonna be very reasonable, and they are super collectible. I'm trying to think, from 77, I think, or 79. I think this doll came out in 1979. Wow, that says a lot. How about this little doll's nightstand, or mirror stand, or dressing mirror? This could be a lady's mirror on her dresser, and it's just sweet as can be. Real wood, oak pinned together. You can see how it swings and moves and goes along with your doll collection pretty good right there. Next, we have an incredible collection that I had picked up for Angela quite a few years ago. A lot of you ladies are going to remember the Anne of Green Gables series. This is Anne, and her name was Anne. I got a couple, we have a couple booklets that went with these. Anne Shirley, if you remember the series, the show, and the remake is quite good and a favorite of Angela's, and she's just ready to move them on. I think the hat is just a little off. There you go. Okay, so this doll series is by the Ashton Drake Galleries, designed by the artist Jill Kovacek, and she's on the back. So we have Anne Shirley, we have her friend, one of the friends here. Believe it or not, you know, they were country kids. She did not come with shoes or socks, so there's nothing missing on these dolls. This is Diana Berry, Anne of Green Gables collection. She has her little booklet, and Anne has hers. And then we have Josie Pye in the green dress with boots, white boots and socks, and look at that. Hair net. Oh, where you're gonna go, I don't know. Let me see if she'll sit up. Now, you know you can get doll stands with these dolls. We have Anne on a doll stand, but they're not gonna come with a stand. You know you can pick them up yourself for reasonable. Who's the last character in the Anne of Green Gables collection? And their scale is Gilbert, their buddy Gilbert. Look at the clothes, the shoes, the pants with pockets, that necktie that's just a string, the button-up trousers, and the cap. The hair is just like the Coca-Cola kids that's in our store. Beautiful porcelain faces, realistic eyes. The colors are superb. Porcelain hands and feet. Nothing wrong here. This is an incredible set. And if you compare this set that we are going to offer in our shop, you're going to save a bundle, because individually they want a lot for these dolls. You won't have to mess around. If you love this collection, we're keeping it as a collection, and because of that, you're going to save a ton. We'll get him to stand up here, I think. If I can lean him a little bit on Anne, we'll be okay. Last but not least, I have something that you'll really think, why, what? How could he possibly? With his love of bronzes, how could he let that go? Well, you regulars remember, I have two of him. One I bought to flip and to put in our store, and this is him. He is a spelter piece. That's a metal mix of nickel and tin, and I cleaned him up and fixed him up, and he is fabulous. Now you'll have a little bit of shipping on this because he is beefy and quite good, quite wonderful. going in the store. And this is Don Juan. We'll give her a twirl on there as well. I'm telling you, for dolls, they are cute. Amazingly cute. Don Juan. It's stamped right on the plate here in the front. You can read it. We'll get the close-ups going on. And he is good. He is really gorgeous. The one I kept has an extra pedestal on the bottom, so he's taller. And he looks exactly, almost 99.99 the same as this one. Except you can't have him. He's staying right here. Folks, hopefully you enjoyed our show today. Give us a like, a share, a comment. Check it out. Tell a buddy. We have a lot of fun here on Thursdays, bringing those vintage and antique collectibles right to your door. You don't even have to start the car. It seems to be a popular thing. It's doing pretty well. Getting excited. Hopefully you can imagine what's coming. I'm not letting it out. Monday you will not want to miss. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your summer. Have a blast, and we'll see you soon in the next amazing, over-the-top, wonderful, can't wait, my take on home and garden. Bye, guys.